Hello there. So I understand that people are starting to receive their orders of my book. I know that some have ordered through bookshop.org and received their orders, and some have ordered it directly from Kent State and received their orders. I don't know whether anybody's received it from, any of the larger retailers or not. I'd be interested to find that out. I know that sometimes with the big places, if it hasn't actually gotten to the official publication date, they don't ship it. Um, a glitch in their system's an unfortunate one. Hopefully that's not happening here, though. I don't know. And as you see, I've kind of, guilelessly holding my book so that you can see it. And it's pretty cool. So I'm certainly enjoying walking by and looking down at the table and going, hey, I wrote that. So anyway, for today, I'm going to give you a little bit of a reading from chapter 9, because that's where we're up to. And I'll start out with the section of the introduction, which summarizes chapter 9. And here we go. In chapter 9, the all-consuming darkness of Shelob, in which even the ring is forgotten, strips away all but will and desire, allowing the reader to see the essential importance of these factors in Sam's choices, first to take the ring and then to return it to Frodo, and Frodo's struggle between the will to carry his burden to the fire and the desire to claim it. Sam's choices are filtered through the great tales, and a series of unspoken lies underpin his momentary illusions about the ring. Yet he chooses rightly, at first by heeding reason, and then by recklessly following his heart. His humility and love for Frodo enable him to give up the ring. But already subtleties of language demonstrate that Sam would not have been able to do so for long. In the final approach to Mount Doom, Sam's resilience contrasts with Frodo's descent into hopelessness and the death of memory. Inevitably, the long erosion of Frodo's identity is complete, as the distinction between the ring as his burden and the ring as his own collapses. Sam's choices and Frodo's struggle both reveal the limits of human pity and set the stage for the eucatastrophe of Mount Doom. Okay, so that summarizes chapter 9. So what I want to do now is I just want to go straight to the beginning of and read the beginning of chapter 9 to you. Chapter 9 is called Hobbits in Darkness. And the first section of the chapter is called The Light Alone is Not Enough. So, let's begin. High in the mountains of shadow, after their long, steep climb to Shelob's lair, Frodo and Sam meet the deepest darkness, an evil of another kind than Sauron's, and as indifferent to power and domination as Tom Bombadil. Quote, "Master, master," cried Sam, and the life and urgency came back into his voice. "The lady's gift, Starglass, a light to you in dark places she said it was to be. The Starglass, the Starglass," muttered Frodo, as one answering out of sleep, hardly comprehending. "Why, yes. Why had I forgotten it?" Unquote. Why indeed? It's an excellent question, the answer to which cannot simply be that Frodo's wits are befuddled, because he is, quote, walking, as it were, in a black vapor wrought of darkness itself, unquote. Only 2 days earlier he had been bewitched by the vapors rising from the enchanted Morgulduin. But as he fought the urge to put on the ring, he had instead put his hand on the phial, which had gone largely forgotten until then also. Now, in the midst of another dreadful peril, he wonders why he's forgotten it again. In Morgul Vale, the vapor was literal. In Shelob's lair, it is metaphorical, as it were. Yet, what the metaphor attempts to describe seems a kind of Manichaean darkness, a darkness more a presence than an absence. It numbs and blinds body and mind, stripping away memory, time, and space, until only night, everlasting and all engulfing night, and will and desire remain. The darkness of Shelob shows that there is no simple answer to what evil is in Tolkien's secondary world, because neither the Augustinian Boethian notion that evil is the privation of good, nor the Manichaean idea that evil is a coherent force opposing good suffice to describe the human experience of it, which, even in the primary world, defies every attempt to comprehend it fully and explain it. Tom Shippey is surely correct when he states, quote, "The uncertainty over evil, in a way, dominates the entire structure over the Lord of the Rings. All the characters would find decisions much easier if evil were unquestionably just Boethian or Manichaean." Unquote. So too would scholars. Ursula K. Le Guin wrote that Tolkien did not have, quote, "an answer to the problem of evil." Unquote. But that was because, quote, "like all great artists, he escapes ideology by being too quick for its nets, too complex for its simplicities, too fantastic for its rationality, too real for its generalizations." Unquote. With this, I believe Shippey would agree. Tolkien's, quote, "ideas were often paradoxical and had deep intellectual roots, but they appealed at the same time to simple things and to everyday experience." Anyway, that's all I've got for today. And, we'll be back with chapter 10, only 2 more chapters to go. The next chapter goes takes them from the Black Land to the Undying Lands, as I call it. So it covers the road home from Mount Doom and the road across the sea. So we'll talk about that more next week after that, something like that. Anyway, thank you everyone who has ordered my book and who has said they're going to order my book. And everyone has been so kind and you know, what can I say? But thank you so much. Take care now. Bye bye.